A new member for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, or SCO, and more in the pipeline. During the latest meeting of the Council of Heads of State, the SCO's top decision-making body, Iran becomes its 9th member state, and relevant procedure is launched to add Belarus as the next in the line. The SCO was set up in 2001 by China, Russia, and 4 Central Asian countries, namely Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Uzbekistan. In 2017, India and Pakistan became full members. With the addition of Iran, SCO members now cover over 60% of the Eurasian landmass, over 40% of the world's total population, and 30% of the world's GDP. At the meeting on Tuesday, Chinese President Xi Jinping delivered a virtual address offering his congratulations to Iran and Belarus. He also called on SCO members to bring more certainty and positive energy to world peace and development, to which end he made 5 proposals. How will these developments contribute to regional peace and security? What can the new members bring to the group and vice versa? And how are regional countries reacting to the proposals China is making? I'm pleased to be joined from Beijing by Rong Ying, Vice President of the China Institute of International Studies, and from Almaty, Kazakhstan by Bayan Kornebayev, Head of Almaty City Department of Digitalization. Gentlemen, welcome to The Point. First of all, Professor Rong, let me go to you. What does joining the SCO mean for Iran? I mean, Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi said on Tuesday that his country's full membership in the SCO will bring historical benefits. He said that the SCO is currently in a position that can open up new horizons in terms of regional convergence and security, ensuring cooperation. What exactly does he mean?
Let me first of all welcome Iran to be the full member of the SCO. I think this is a very significant development in SCO, and also I think for Iran's foreign policy or diplomacy. As we know that SCO started with the so-called Shanghai 5 and gradually expanded by incorporating the more and more countries. You mentioned about 2017, the expansion or the inclusion of 2 important countries, regional countries with global significance, India and Pakistan. And now we, once again, SCO has one more important regional countries in West Asia, in Middle East as a whole, if I can say. And this is, of course, gets more significance and importance for the region, for the organization itself. But more importantly, as we have seen that there are more waiting to come. Belarus, Russia certainly has more or less, I think, finalized the necessary procedures by signing the MOUs. So next year we're expecting they're coming. But there are many others waiting to be joined, either as a dialogue partners, observers. So this is very good for SCO itself, but more importantly for the region as a whole. As talking about Eurasia is facing a lot of uncertainties, challenges, but more importantly, I think it's also many opportunities, as we have seen that if I talk about Iran's significance, we're talking about the recent diplomatic gestures, reconciliation with Saudis and others. So I would expect SCO is now enter a new era, new stage, not only in terms of the expansion of the members, but more importantly, I think its influence, its positions and the roles that it can play in ensuring peace, stability, and development in Eurasia and the world at large.
Mr. Kornebayev, what is your take on the significance of joining the SCO for Iran and the contribution Iran can bring to the SCO? Mr. Kornebayev.
Thank you very much, Lucien, for this question. For me, it's very significant. Why? Because since 2017, as you said, when India and Pakistan becomes a member of SCO, it was almost 6 years where was no new members in this organization. And currently we see that one of really, I will say, like one of the biggest opinion leaders in Middle West Asia, Iran, becomes a member of SCO. It means that the whole idea with Shanghai Cooperation Organization shows and proves the certain development, the certain significance, and the certain importance in that direction. And what is really important is that Iran itself is a very big culturally oriented country. So when we're talking about SCO, we're saying that the whole Asia should become the part of something big, and this organization covers almost every country in Asia, and it means that after cultural development part, we will be able to make the kind of economical development direction afterwards. So Iran, of course, as I said, in last 6 years, is going to be the 10th new member of SCO, and in my opinion, it will bring more significance to the whole SCO in not only in the region but in the whole world.
Professor Rong, the Middle East countries, as you mentioned, they have shown growing interest, especially during recent years. Turkey signed up as a partner to SCO in 2012. Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia became dialogue partners in 2021 and 2022. Now Iran is a full member. What's driving the trend of more Middle Eastern countries or West Asian countries trying to join this group that's originally conceived among Central and East Asian countries? Well, one East Asia country, that's China.
That's a great question. I think what makes SCO so appealing or so attractive to Middle East countries, to the countries you mentioned, which I think they have also very strong and established relations or partnerships with other major countries or other major regional or groups. But why SCO is so attractive, so appealing to them? First and foremost, I think it is because SCO is it's a new kind of regional organization, pursuing we call the Shanghai spirit, featuring mutual trust, mutual respect, mutual benefit, consultations, and respect for the diversity of different civilizations and promote common development. So you look at these elements of the Shanghai spirit. Look at the visions of Shanghai SCO. One would naturally reach the conclusion: this is the really regional organizations. I think they want to be associated with, want to be part of that. That is the most important thing. Secondly, I think the past 20 years and more after SCO has been established has demonstrated that the spirit is working, is delivering, is helping them to ensure security, to promote development, and more importantly, help them to increase their regional profile or to build a stable environment, or to help them to find a way to address their differences. That makes, I think, SCO different. That makes SCO more appealing and more attractive to other candidate members in the region and beyond.
Mr. Konybayev, in terms of regional peace, Chinese President Xi Jinping proposed that we as SCO members should maintain regional peace and safeguard common security. What do you think he means by the word common security? How does other member countries such as Kazakhstan perceive the kind of common security that countries in the group is faced with?
Currently, there is a lot of challenges related to the security, and when we are talking about the security, basically, according to the real status now, it's coming because of lack of communication. That is a very big problem, and especially on geopolitical level. So the idea with SCO, it means that we have very good opportunity to communicate with each other and focus on advantages of each other to make it more, to make the whole environment of this SCO geographically standard society be more stable. The second point was related to the security. Is a new point which we're facing now, the point related to the cybersecurity, because we need to understand the new standards, new rules, a new understanding of the world and new challenges which we are facing now. And the basic idea is to create new rules and make it very stabilized, very sustainable in terms of not only security, but like cybersecurity and cultural security, with the focus on communication, and communicating with each other.
Well, public data show that trade between China and SCO countries have jumped significantly since the inception of this group. For instance, in the first 8 months of last year, trade jumped by 1/4. That's over 25%. And that growth rate is much higher than China's total foreign trade increase for the same period. Professor Rong, it's obvious that trade has boomed under the arrangement of SCO, but security measures and other not so tangible collaboration, has that increased as well? Has the SCO been significant and effective in terms of security cooperation for its members?
That's true. I think the SCO actually started with what we called a kind of a dual wield approach, which focusing on the one hand security cooperation and also economic and trade collaboration. And on the security front, as we know that it started with security cooperation, and as a matter of fact, I think if you look at the institution of SCO, in addition to the secretariat, it also have we call the regional counterterrorism mechanism, which of course has growing and steady and in a steady way, which play a very important role in managing the security challenge, particularly I think non-traditional security issues. But having said that, we have to recognize that the security challenges, both traditional and non-traditional, are complicated, and SCO as regional organizing for the region is yet to develop the full possibilities, capability for that. But the potential is great, and most importantly, as we have taken notice that these meetings, one would find that the communications has been improved, and also I think these thinkings, these new ideas has been practiced, showing that it is possible and is practical. And of course, there are quite a lot to be done, even in terms of counterterrorism, even in terms of cross-border non-security issues, and so on and so forth. At this summit, again, one would notice that an important, I think, document was signed on counter-radicalism. That reminds, of course, one of the missions of SCO that are fighting the three evils: radicalism, terrorism, and separatism. So I think this is very important. Economic trade, again, have shown making a lot of progress on this regard. And of course, it's largely because of China being the second largest economy, the great potential and huge market. But also, I think the infrastructure, the connectivity issues, as we have seen. So as we look ahead at this meeting, President Xi also put forward some concrete steps to ensure that peace and the economic and trade will be forging ahead.
We have to leave it there. Many thanks to my guest, Rong Ying, Vice President of China Institute of International Studies, and Bayan Korneabayev, Head of Almaty City Department of Digitalization. When we come back after a short break, what's driving nearly 20 countries to want to join the BRICS? Stay tuned.